quick update of what's going. Oh, I'm not sure how the connection is. Just did an intro and then it says you're live. So we'll see. Hey, I'll just give a quick update on what's going on in the homestead for those of you who are curious. Got a lot of projects, and that's why I'm trying to actually do the moving day video, edit it. It's not gonna be perfect, but I want to get it up there, and then I might throw out a lot of the other footage I have from then till now. I want to get the moving day up just to have it. I think it's important to have it on the channel, but we might skip over a bunch of the stuff that's happened in the last couple months just to get up to date on homestead type stuff. So we're not 2 or 3 months behind, which is what we are right now. Projects that are going on that we're in the middle of, they just keep adding up, and that's the way homesteading was. Like, it's a never-ending supply of things to do and projects and stuff that should be done or needs to be done, but you just got to take it as it comes and prioritize well. And so right after this video, I need to organize the garage. It still has boxes upon boxes. I have a good friend coming over, and we are gonna start building a woodshed tomorrow. So we need to set the posts. It's gonna be a huge woodshed, but we're setting 8 6x6 posts. So I want the garage cleaned out because I've been doing a lot of woodworking over the last few weeks, and it's just a mess. So I am in my garage cleaning gear. Just finished up some massive shelving in that closet right there. Just put together that bookcase last night. The shelving I built, so about a third of that closet's done with shelving. For like a bunch of totes and things that we didn't have space for. Now we have space for it, and then I got to do the rest of the shelving with like coat racks and things like that. So that's a project. Already finished the pantry, which I might have video. I think I already have a few live videos on here of that, which that turned out so great. See, the pantry and the workbench for the shop were my two first ever like woodworking projects. I made some cornhole boards like maybe 3 or 4 years ago. That's my only woodworking experience ever. So I am just so floored at just how things have come together, and just research and the tools and equipment I was blessed to be able to get to be able to do these things, and the skills are coming along. I'm just really pleased with everything that we've done so far. And then in this week, I've done shelving in there, like I said, a third of that. And then I made this end table. We had a sofa and love seat ordered. We bought them, and then we put them together where they should go. And there's this big, huge space in the corner of the room for our normal size end table, and it just was really awkward and weird. Don't have a picture of it, but I'm like, I think I can build an end table for that corner, and it had to be a pretty much 4 foot by 4 foot. That's how big this end table is. That's like a dinner table. And I made an end table with a lower shelf, upper shelf. It turned out really good. I did not document the progress on this just because I have so much on my plate right now. I need to get really good at being able to document things, even in the busyness, document things on video as I'm doing them for this channel, because that's what I want to make note of it. I want to have memorable videos to look back on years down the road and just have fun with it. That's the purpose of this channel. I hope you enjoy it along the way, but let's get to the trees. So current projects is, before I get to the tree thing, which I'm going to show you something, I need to make a dinner table. Next on the agenda is a dinner table and that woodshed. Basically simultaneously. I have a friend that's going to help me with the woodshed. the reason being, this just popped up like last week or the week before. I I had I brought wood from home when we moved from our old home, and we had it setting outside. And then it was like raining or snowing every other day, it seemed. It's been so wet here since we've moved that it was never dry. I'm like, we got this huge porch, so then I brought all that wood. It was quite a bit of wood right next to our front door. Did a little research that same day. This goes back a couple weeks ago. Did a little research that same day, and I learned you shouldn't put wood right next to your house. A lot of people do, but you shouldn't, because if there's any bug that could infest your home, termites, anything like that, it gives them easy access to your home, which would be a nightmare. So I still have some of that wood, but we're flying through it because it's really cold right now. So we're going through that wood next to the house. But immediately I said, okay, I can't have the wood outside in the elements because it just stays wet. I can't have it next to the house, under the porch, because it's gonna, bugs are gonna get in my home. So I need a woodshed. And immediately that went from like not even on the radar to nearly the top of my priority list. It's just crazy how things shift, and you just have to roll with those punches. I was not expecting to have to build a woodshed. I have other things to be doing, but it went straight to the top of the list. So we're building a woodshed starting tomorrow. We'll get the poles in, the posts in, and then also just early this week, we've been waiting 2 months for a table, our dinner table, to be built by somebody local, within an hour of us, and it was just informed that his shop was robbed. He didn't tell me it was robbed over. It was robbed like 2 or 3 weeks ago, and I'm like, how's the dinner table coming? And he said, well, funny you should mention that. My shop was robbed, so can't give you a timeline on it. So I was like, all right, refund our deposit. I'm gonna make this thing myself. I got some plans, but we need this really weird, like long, skinny for our space, long skinny table, so I'm gonna be building that. That's on the top of the agenda. So we got woodshed, and dinner table. We are building. Let's get to some trees, okay? Is anybody any of you in the market for trees? Lots of trees. Well, I had a friend, my good friend Jeff. He said, the reason why we're in the market for trees is we do have neighbors, and you know, they're off a little ways, but we sit kind of high, and they're down there, and we met them. They're nice people, great people, but the property, they don't have a lot to do with their trash. So I just want to make the property line a little more visible with trees rather than the trash. So we're gonna line the thing with trees, and I know this is gonna take years for these trees to like develop and grow, but you gotta start sometime, right? So anyway, I was gonna buy a bunch of trees, and I at a nursery local where I found, and I had a good friend, my good friend Jeff. But the state has a program where they want to reforest the land as much as possible. So they actually sell trees, like 1 year, 2 year, 3-year-old saplings by the 100. You have to buy them in minimum packs of 100 for like next to nothing. So I just got this in the mail today. I ordered these. I ordered Norway spruce trees, I believe. Let me just check on that. Yeah, Norway spruce, 100 of them. You can get 100, and they have coniferous, they have deciduous, all different kinds, just dozens of different kinds that are native to your state. So whatever state you live in, check with your state forestry and see if they have this program, because I'm getting 100 trees, and here's what I have to pay. I just opened it. $70.93. You're talking Each tree is 71 cents, and they are 3-year-old saplings. They should be. So they're already 3 years old. For 70 bucks. So I encourage you, the state has these awesome programs where they just basically hand you a ton of tree. They want you to replant them. That's great. And then I believe my friend Jeff also says if you have a good amount of pasture land, wildflowers, they will actually pay you. Your state forestry would pay you to plant wildflowers. I haven't looked into this at all. It's a grant, and they'll give you a grant to plant wildflowers in open space. So just something to look at. I thought this was amazing. And then these trees, I got the bill today, pay it, and then the trees come sometime in the spring, right when they're ready to plant. So love it. I'm excited about that because then I'm just gonna line our property or that part of the property just so it's even more beautiful. So, all right, I hope that helps you guys. If you have any tips on any of those projects,